right, well, that was quite a roller coaster of a ride for everybody still. So what happened is Do Kwon decided to make this what he said at the time, stable cryptocurrency, because it will be connected to, in a way, connected to the US dollar. That way, this Bitcoin cannot go too high or too low. It will always be stable according to the US dollar, which, a lot of countries out there do try to follow the US dollar. So it's not such a bad idea at first. However, some of the methods were brought into question. And when they were brought into question, Mr. Kwon decided to just either ignore it or insult the critics. That should have been a first warning sign to some people. However, they did keep on investing and the coin did keep on rising. However, things did finally break down at the end. All the concerns turned out to be correct. Like, it was lost so much money. You can check the article again for the exact amount, but it was a lot of money. And that's when Interpol put out a red notice on him. They're trying to get him back from Singapore. Singapore says he's not even there anymore. So this guy has gone into hiding. I mean, he couldn't be bothered by the critics, so I'm guessing he's not going to be bothered by Interpol as well.
Yes. The disappearance said a lot, in my opinion.
Yeah. Some people are calling this akin to a Ponzi scheme. I think it's a bit more complicated than that, if I read the article correctly. But in the end, people are getting scammed, or they feel scammed. He claims it was all legit, and he also lost all his money. But I don't know if people feel better if he lost his money.
Yes.
I guess a little bit
too, or it's unclear. We'll have to wait for the trial, I suppose.
Well, either way, whether he's going to the trial or he lost all his money, he's in over his head. We know that.
For sure. And he had such a great reputation, so I heard, prior to all this.
Yes.
People admired his education and experience and background. And kind of blew up in his face.
Yeah. Absolutely. Some people think they're just all going to fail, like cryptocurrencies will just disappear. What about you?
Honestly, I do still believe that eventually, some way, somehow, this will work. But I just think it's going to take a lot more national involvement, a lot more government level involvement. I see it more as like the future of cash, that one day we'll live in a cashless society, that the actual printed physical notes won't be that useful. So we'll move to a crypto-like version for our electronic currency.
Yeah. The process of how cryptocurrency is gathered, the whole, what do they call that? I'm going to make myself into a fool.
The blockchain?
Blockchain, thank you. I was like, the BitChain, the Bitcoin, no, the coin block, no. Blockchain technology is very, very useful. And I think that's, if people tied a digital currency to blockchain, that it would be more safe, secure, and stable. So in some form or another, I completely agree, but governments are going to have to do it, not people, not private corporations. Sorry, everyone out there that wants cryptocurrency to be like the freedom you have from your government. You're not going to be free from governments. No, that's just not going to happen right now.
They're not going to let it happen as well. Too many heavily interested parties.
Yeah. You'll have to be a hermit, fully self-sufficient, off the grid, somewhere out in the woods of some area that is not well controlled.
I think in some ways, the first red flag in this particular case with Luna is the fact that they were offering such massively high rates of return on investment. I think it mentioned something like 20%. So to me, that might have been the first moment when I was like, surely, how can it be so good? If you saw a bank offering interest rates on deposits of 20% in this economy, what would you think? Would you trust that?
Obviously not. I mean, when something is too good to be true, it is too good to be true. It's not true. When you're like, oh, wow, I could get 20%, I could be a millionaire tomorrow. There is no get rich easy schemes out there. And when it does happen, it is very unpredictable and random. It's not planned like this. So immediate suspicion. Like when I heard that interest rates were around the 10% in Korea a while ago, I was like, no way. Like, get out of town. You're lying. But they were, and that's amazing at 10%. But 20%, like you said, the whole meme of this economy. Yeah, in this economy. And of course, we have to thank Obama after that. That was just like, it's insane. It's obviously not true. If anyone offered me 20% on any investment, I would laugh in their face.
Yes.
Yeah.
So, yes, stay skeptical, people. Stay skeptical.
Yeah, and I don't think I would even be curious. It wouldn't be like, oh, tell me more. I'd be like, ha, who have you talked to so I can tell them to divest? Yeah, pretty much.
Yes.
Yeah. Anyways.
Like the previous article, I would suspect it was a prank.
Yeah, it's absolutely either a prank or a scheme of some sort, a negative scheme. Well, on that note, let's go ahead and look at the vocabulary, and we'll talk to you in the next one. Bye.
Red notice.
Red notice.
Currency reserves.
Currency reserves.
Arbitrage.
Arbitrage.
Collateral.
Collateral.
Get in over one's head.
Get in over one's head.